Hello humans. This is obviously a really different setup because I had the idea, since currently I'm cat sitting, I had the idea to bake some cookies and make a video of it and see how that goes, because I've always wanted to do a baking video and I don't feel like writing down the recipe as I invent it, so the video is going to be my recipe. The cookies I'm planning on making are peanut butter oatmeal, and it sounds awesome, but we'll see how it actually goes. So the first thing that I'm going to do obviously is preheat the oven, and the standard cookie temperature is 350, so that's what we're going to do. Now that the oven is turned on and starting to heat up, we can start to figure out what ingredients to mix together. Now first, I need a bowl. Now I only own the one bowl, so this is the bowl that I'm going to be using for my mixing. This is probably not going to turn out well, but let's see how it goes. I don't know what order I should do things in, but for shits and giggles, I'm going to start with the peanut butter. And now I like crunchy peanut butter. Obviously, it's personal preference. It might affect the results. Who knows? I'm using crunchy. Alright, that looks like a pretty full half cup to me. There we go. Half a cup of peanut butter. Now with my half cup washed and dried, I'll add half a cup of oats. Oats and peanut butter. Looks delicious. I'm gonna add an egg next, because last time I tried making cookies, I completely forgot to put eggs in, and I do not want that happening this time. Right, we have an egg. It's a bit milky looking, as opposed to clear, but I'm assuming that's fine. If not, this will be my last video. Now, you could sweeten your cookies with sugar, like most people do, but I'm almost out of sugar and I have honey, so I'm gonna use honey. So I'll add, let's say like one rounded kind of tablespoon. Look at that. Doesn't that look appetizing? So good. So good. See, I went with a rounded tablespoon because this honey doesn't really come off the spoon. So if you like the taste of honey, you could lick this off once you're done dripping it into your bowl. I don't like honey on its own, so I'm just gonna put it in the sink. Next, I think I will add a bit of flour so that it doesn't get all runny. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Now I'm clearly doing these things on a very professional budget, because this is my flour container. Totally not a pet food container that's been recycled. Now I'm gonna go with a half cup, just because that feels like a good amount. Because egg is pretty wet, honey's pretty wet, and peanut butter's pretty wet. Alright, now I think the only other thing that would be good to add would be a bit of baking powder or baking soda to help them get all like fluffy and stuff. I can't find any baking powder, so I guess I'm just gonna have to go without, and I will stir this up and see if I feel like I'm forgetting anything. Yeah, this is a bit too thick, so I'm gonna have to add, I don't know, like a quarter cup of milk. Now, I don't have any normal milk, so I'm gonna have to use almond milk. It might change the consistency also, but I'm making do with what I have. Alright, it's looking good, but I just realized that I'm missing things like salt and cinnamon and stuff, and that's pretty typical in cookie recipes like this, so I'm gonna add a little dash of each of those. That's plenty. Ooh. That seems like it's mixed pretty well. I think this is ready to put on the cookie sheet. Alright, so I have my cookie sheet, and I have my bowl of dough over here. So what I'm going to do is use a second spoon and spoon the batter onto the cookie sheet. I will come in over here and then scoop it off with my second spoon. And there we go. We have our first cookie. You also kind of want to make them a uniform size, so I like to take bits from the larger ones and transfer that to the little ones. It's kind of like Cookie Robin Hood. Alright, we have our cookies, but we're not done yet. Now you want to get out your flour again and a fork, and we're going to turn these into real peanut butter cookies. So you have your fork, just a normal dinner fork, and you have your flour. Now you want to, I think, slightly dampen the fork first. Well, you don't have to do that, but I like to lick my finger and then rub the fork. I know it's not sanitary, but I'm just making it for myself, so it's okay. Licking it works too. And then you dip it in the flour. Again, don't do what I just did. Once you have your floury fork, you press that into one of the cookies. And hopefully it doesn't stick that much, but then you keep doing it a couple times, lightly, like that. And then you cross that and do it the other way. And it makes a crisscross. And that's what peanut butter cookies should look like. Don't worry about all the flour on top. Once it cooks, it'll be gone. I have no idea if there's a technical reason why you do this on peanut butter cookies, but it's just what you do with traditional peanut butter cookies, so I have to. Alright, our cookies are now ready to go in the oven. And the oven has preheated, and we're going to see how long it takes. I would estimate like 10 to 15 minutes. So we'll try 10 first and see if they're good then. And if not, then we'll put them back in. Or rather, leave them in. I'm not going to take them out without knowing. In they go. Alright, so it's been actually 20 minutes that the cookies have been in the oven, but they're just now looking done. So I'm going to take them out now. Those look good. Now, I don't have a cooling rack, but it would definitely be beneficial if you were to put your cookies on a cooling rack so that they don't get soggy bottoms or anything gross like that. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just move them onto a plate and then shift them every couple of minutes so they don't get too much condensation underneath. Hope it works out. They're a lot more solid than the ones I made without egg. I just hope they taste good. I'm gonna have to try one. I might burn myself because they're still really hot. I literally just took them off the pan. But I'm impatient. I didn't add nearly enough honey. They're really bland, but that's a decent cookie. At least they're edible, you know? I mean, I did literally just make it all up on the fly. As a result of that, I'm pretty happy. And I was being especially conservative with the honey because I wasn't sure how sweet it would make it. And, ooh, these would be perfect to go with some ice cream. I have some ice cream. I know what I'm doing. Not sponsored, but holy crap, this stuff is good. Alright, I have my ice cream. And I think I'll just break up a cookie into it, perhaps. They are a bit chewy, so you have to like tug at it. It's a bit tough. I don't know exactly what would fix that, but I don't know. It was an experiment, and it has interesting results. That's good. Well, this was a fun experiment, and I hope you enjoyed my attempt at making a baking video. And if you want me to do another one someday, just let me know. Give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment. And also suggesting what you would want to see me do. And yeah, have a nice day. Bye.